to shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut. And welcome to the Holiday Classic. Game number 4 is about to get underway. Pershing welcomes in Saginaw High in downtown Detroit. Hello again, everybody. My name is Chad Bush alongside Reggie Butler. The PSL Holiday Classic, we've seen 3 games already. Down the stretch we come to the second half with quite the pedigree behind them.
Absolutely. 2 teams that have won multiple state championships. A lot of history that walks down the hallways of these schools.
You talk about Pershing, a team that's trying to get their identity early on in the season. Coach Hill, a guy that played at Pershing, been around a long time. Talk about his system and what they'll look to get done today.
They like to run. He likes them playing physical, pressing up, guarding their man, and making sure they get up and down the court. So that's a typical Coach Hill coach team.
Meanwhile, Saginaw High School, this is the final year of Saginaw High. They'll merge with Saginaw Arthur Hill. We saw Saginaw Arthur Hill in the previous game. Saginaw sort of has this identity behind them every year. What is it exactly?
Toughness. I can't say enough about the city of Saginaw in basketball. I mean, they're like one of those Flint-type towns where it's just in, it's just in what they do. They wake up, play basketball, be physical, and they're really good at it.
All right, let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. When you look at Pershing and Saginaw, the Doughboys going at it against the Trojans. We'll meet the Saginaw High School starters under Julian Taylor, the head coach for the Lumberjacks. And starters look like this for Saginaw High School. It'll be Dion Anderson at one of the guard spots. Torian Burt, a junior at 6'3" at the point. Robert Brown Jr., a 6'2" forward, along with Brandon McCune up front. 6'3", he's someone to watch. And Willie Humphrey in the middle, 6'11". And we look forward to seeing Willie in this ball game. Again, Julian Taylor assisted by Andrew Glumker, Sean Brewer, Robert Clark, Rob Brown, and Rob McDuffie. Meanwhile, the starters for Pershing look like this. It's Callaway and Bradley at the guard spots. Terrence Hicks and Tayshawn Hicks, a pair of twins you'll see at the forward spot. And up front, you'll see Karan Payne, the 10th grader, in the starting lineup for Sean Hill, along with Corey Sumner, Terrence Hicks, and Deshaun Sims, his assistants. Glad you're with us. Just underway. Game 4 is moments away from starting. He's Reggie Butler. My name's Chad Bush. Reg, always good to be at the Holiday Classic, and these 2 teams looking to heat it up.
Absolutely. It's a good opportunity for both teams to come and work out the kinks from the few days they had off over Christmas, and they're both looking to come out and get a win.
Yes, sir. So we'll see a zone right away, it looks like, for Pershing. Sean Hill. That's something we've seen from him in the past, and we expect to see that.
Absolutely. And he likes to have their guys, they're typically teams that are faster, so he likes to have them moving around, flying around in that zone, causing chaos.
And there we see it already. And there is a steal by Willie Humphrey, and at 6'11", you can't get away with much. How about this guy? An interesting prospect, Reg.
Yeah, absolutely. I've spoken to Coach Taylor in the past about him, and he just said he's gotten so much better year over year. He's lost weight. He's learned how to move his feet, and he's just on a good trajectory up.
Shot is short, off the mark for Terrence Hicks. You'll see Tayshawn Hicks, his twin brother, number 5. No score, just underway until now. Rim rocking. That's Francisco Lee Jr., the 6'5" forward, waking up the crowd. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, the way he ripped that baseline. Great move. You didn't think he was going to turn it over and dunk it.
Good afternoon, Detroit. My goodness. Rip, drive, block, and regather by Dion Anderson. Free throw jumper no good. Rebound Robert Bradley, and we've got a turnover. Raymond Kelser said so.
Ray Kelser has good eyes, a former player from a historical basketball family.
Yes, sir. We were talking about Greg Kelser's Henry Ford team earlier. There's the rip and drive, Reg.
I mean, wow, what a move. He attacked the closeout, went in for the strong finish. I really don't think Pershing thought he was going to go up to dunk it.
Who did? He's got it on the wing, two-teamed here. Around the ring it goes against this zone defense for Saginaw. 2-0. Dead spot right triple. And we've got a whistle and we've got a 3-second call going back the other way. 2-0. 2 minutes gone by.
Yep, the big fella has to make sure he's moving in and out of the paint. As they're passing that ball around, you have to kind of step out.
Steal and watch out. Torian lay in good.
Great way to get into the passing lane, have his hands active. Get steals and defense can get you easy layups.
It's Torian Stevens. Gets it. Back the other way, draws, contact, no, offensive rebound. And the big boy bats it out and resets.
Yep, a good job of Humphrey holding the ball. I mean, they were hanging all over him, and that shows you how strong his hands are.
Pershing gets it back, breaks the press. Throw ahead three. And fine save, deep three. Pershing scoreless 3 minutes in with another chance here.
You see how scrappy both teams are, fighting on the floor, going for everything.
Big time. Hicks long on the shot, and that's whistled a foul. So early on, Reg, what do you know so far about these two teams?
Well, you know they're scrappy, they're tough, they're here to compete. Once you start seeing some of these jump shots go in, you'll really see the momentum pick up.
Finding their footing early. Some substitutions on the floor and a timeout on the floor. Timeout from Detroit in the PSL Holiday Classic. Game number 4 of 6. We're the Prep. Thanks for watching. Happy holidays, everybody.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
There's Julian Taylor. 13th year as the head coach. Was on staff as an assistant before. Played 4 seasons at Saginaw Valley State, second team all GLIAC, and 2012 Class A state champions. There you see Coach Taylor.
Pretty much, the progression that the school Saginaw has won in, pretty much if you've played there over the past 30 years, you won a state championship.
That's right.
They've won so many. One was off of my high school teams back. And, but nothing but respect for them. I mean, it's a great high school and has always had great coaches. The old Marshall Thomas, Mr. Marshall Thomas.
Oh, yeah, legendary coach.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Coach Taylor, he's taken over and done a great job.
Tayshawn Hicks for 3. And that gets Pershing on the board, and they're down just 1. This low scoring. All teams we've seen today, Reg, and I know you're just checking in, but I mean, it's been a slow start for everybody. It seems like this being off schedule in the holiday is somewhat impactful.
Yeah, these kids don't play at this time. They haven't played at this time since AAU during the summer.
Yeah.
So, early games, You were just off 2 or maybe 3 days for Christmas, so it's just going to take them a while to get warmed up.
That's the Hicks triple you see again. Working around this 2-3 zone. Saginaw trying to find another bucket, and the big boy down low. And a fine move. Couldn't finish. And a fight for the rebound, tie up, and that will go the other way of the Doughboys.
And good move by the big fella. You could do that same move, just don't fade away. You go do that same move and go towards the basket, you'll probably end up with a foul shooting some free throws.
He's got enough, doesn't he, Rich, to be a player, huh?
He does. The first things you look at in a big guy are, I've seen him catch the ball.
Yeah.
I've seen guys hang on his arms and he didn't drop it. You see he's able to run end to end. Even if he's not there first, he can get there.
Yep.
He can get there. He's jumped for something. You know, some big guys, they're while they're still developing, stuff can be happening and they just don't jump.
Right.
You know. So I mean, you have those tools there. That's enough. There, he's jumping right there.
Doing maintenance, net maintenance. You haven't even mentioned the hair yet. It's an amazing hair.
Cool hair.
I mean, really cool hair.
He should let me borrow some.
Me too, man. He's got enough for both of us, I think. Back the other way, Saginaw. Clinging to a 1-point lead, low-scoring affair. Team from 7 Mile and Ryan has made the track downtown. And Coach Sean Hill, the guy they call Twig, on that bench.
Coach Hill was a heck of a player, played at UAB.
Sure was. Had his son Squally a couple of years back.
Scored a ton of points, had a great high school career.
Oh, did he ever. Rip, drive, lay up, good. So here comes Pershing, who has their first lead of the night thanks to Cron Payne.
And a great job by Payne attacking the closeout. One of the easiest ways to kind of manufacture buckets without breaking the offense is just attack somebody who's closing out on you.
Yeah.
Every pass, well, if you're decently standing somewhere near the line, every pass you'll have a defender who steps up to you. Just go by him.
Tayshawn with a steal, leads the other way. His twin brother couldn't finish what he started. Mid-range lefty, leaner, no. Offensive reset. Topside triple. Anderson, no. And that's out of bounds. Back to the Doughboys.
Team's still a little bit cold. Nobody's played. Well, Pershing's played in this gym before, but Saginaw has never played in this gym before. They're different rims. You've been off a few days. I expect the shooting to heat up sooner or later.
The teams are combined 4 of 19 in this game. Both teams have 2 buckets on 9 or 10 shots, respectively. Corner 3, Hicks, no. And Saginaw pokes it out of bounds. Doughboys will reset. Ball out of bounds near sideline. Robert Bradley to trigger. Bradley is a 12th grader.
And I love seniors that are on high school teams. They just bring an element of maturity, leadership. They've been there. They've been in school for 3 years, around that 18-year-old mark, and they just help, in my opinion, they just help teams. I know a lot of teams just are young, maybe just the dynamic of the school, but
yeah.
I love teams that have senior leaders.
Yeah, and that's something that you see a little bit more in Saginaw. Pershing looking to find it. Saginaw patient around this zone. Baseline dish, lay-in good, and the foul. How about that? Share of the sugar. TJ Stevens finished it, but how about the find, Reg?
Yeah, absolutely. You had the player who was trapped under the baseline, able to see around the defenders and get the ball to the cutter.
Jaden Smith with the fine pass.
In a game like this, where you have teams that are playing zone, and it's really, sometimes your plays just aren't going to be in the flow of the game. Plays like that where you just find a cutter or somebody who's open and he capitalizes, those are the points that are going to open this thing up in a game like this.
Something off script and maybe not drawn up in a half-court scenario.
Absolutely, and that's where you love having hoopers per se, not just kids who play basketball. While plays are important, coaching is everything. You just at least need some kids who could think for themselves, improvise on the fly, and be able to just make the right decision.
No doubt. Working hard off the miss. Jaden Smith fouled going up. And he'll get rewarded line right with a couple of free throws. Another look here.
They're a good offensive rebound, gather position, and you get the foul. It's one of the best things after an offensive rebound is to either pump fake, go up, or pass out for the three because the defense is out of position. You see there the Pershing player didn't even attempt to block the shot. He just kind of tried to slap it out of his hands, and referees are going to call that as a foul 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah, and that'll get you in scramble mode, that zone. Second foul on Micah Callaway. He will sit down. Robert Bradley returns. Missed free throw. Steal, slam. Hanging and gliding his second of the night. Francisco Lee Jr.
He always seems to be hanging around the ball, finding himself and going in there flying for dunks.
Playmaker, right place, right time. 4-point lead for Saginaw. Right elbow rise and fire. Terrence Hicks for 2.
That's a nice shot by Hicks, able to get into that mid-range and elevate over everybody.
Drive, layup, no. Contact, corner, no good, didn't matter. End of the first quarter, a tight one, a defensive battle. A couple of scrappy teams looking to find their way in this early season. Glad you're watching. We're the Prep. Happy holidays from the PSL and downtown Detroit at Cass Tech High School.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
There he is. That's Twig. Sean Hill. Reg talked about it. Former UAB Blazer. One of the best in the PSL in the class of 92. Won a state title with Willie Mitchell and company. Those great Pershing teams, I know you recall. Alma mater, proud alma mater at Pershing. In his 6th year, 4th year as an assistant prior to that. And, yeah, he was a good one, and he's been a great leader. I think he's got like 8 or 9 children, I believe.
Yeah, and it's great. I love when schools hire somebody who went there. You're not going to find anybody more devoted than an alumni. So Coach Hill, he's worn the blue and gold. He's Pershing through and through, and he's doing a great job.
They played for Johnny Ghostin, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
The legend. Yes, you did.
Yeah.
He is a legend. I mean, Coach Ghostin, I remember just the first year I ever played basketball as a sophomore, we went over to Pershing during winter break to scrimmage them on the JV team. And, I mean, he's intense.
Yeah.
He was there watching the JV team scrimmage. Like, that's how much he cares about the program. He wanted to make sure those JV guys were developing as well.
It's awesome.
And, I mean, he's a legend, a great coach. Pershing, a great school, and one of the best.
No doubt. Micah Callaway with a block. Here's another look at it.
Great job. Left hand.
Yes, sir. Pressure in the backcourt. Pershing with numbers. Solid ball movement. Tayshawn Hicks, one of the twins to reset to Bradley. Bradley attacks 10. Scores it, and the foul.
Good job by Bradley being able to contort his body in the air, take the foul, and lay it off the glass.
Oh, the rising doughboy. Acrobatic.
Yeah, absolutely. He was completely facing the rim once the contact came. He was actually sideways and still was able to get it off. That's called touch.
Yeah.
Because if your body's not even facing the rim and you still can kind of get your hands and your wrists and fingers towards the rim, you got good touch.
Hurts my back to even watch that move. Impressive. Missed the free throw. We're tied at 9, 7 to go until halftime. This battle between a school from the Saginaw Valley League and a school from the proud Detroit Public School League. 3 ball. Offensive rebound, another chance for the Trojans.
Yep, and when you're playing zone, it's hard to rebound because nobody has a specific man that they have to box out. Everybody kind of looks around at somebody else.
That's it. Out of bounds, Pershing forces another turnover. That is turnover number 7 of the game for the Saginaw club.
And that's what the zone will do. It can kind of make you stagnant. You end up, even though I know they have a zone offense, you end up kind of passing it around the perimeter, looking for the next 3. And if you think about it, you're not really a threat while you're doing that.
Easy to fall asleep. Up, under. Hicks. Down the boulevard. Lay in good. That's Tayshaun Hicks. And the Doughboys are +2 with 6 to go in the second quarter.
And that's a great drive. When you attack the rim, good things will happen.
Top side of that zone a buzzing after a made bucket. Near steal, now a steal. Terrence Hicks ahead. Payne laying good. Doughboys on a 6-0 run. And Julian Taylor wants timeout in Detroit. We'll take it with him. Pershing +4 on plays like this, Reg.
Good steal, going down the lane for the finish.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess. I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
He's Reggie Butler. My name is Chad Bush. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. 3 games in the books. Cass Tech girls won, Bluefield Hills won, and Saginaw Arthur Hill won. And now Pershing and Saginaw to go at it. Saginaw next year will converge with their rivals, Saginaw Arthur Hill.
Kind of similar to how the Southfield schools, where I attended, how they merged Southfield High and Southfield Lathrop. And I mean, that's, geez, can you imagine the talent walking down that hallway?
Wow.
Once they merge.
Saw how that worked out in football this past year for
Absolutely.
Southfield. Jump shot, count it, 18-footer. It's a smooth touch coming from TJ Stevens. TJ Stevenson, rather, pardon me. Power move down low. Callaway couldn't get it to go, but a reset. Corner, 3. Terrence Hicks, no. Blue collar rebound, Callaway, and he scores it. +4, matching the Doughboys' largest lead.
And Pershing is working hard. They're on the boards, being scrappy, just attacking.
Sean Hill loves it, barking out commands. Trying to force this Saginaw club into something cozy in that zone like that. 3. And a little bear hug behind, and Raymond Kelser ain't going for that. It's going to be the 3rd foul on Callaway.
Yep, and those are the unfortunate ones. Long rebound, came off, had a guy where you just end up bumping into him.
Substitution, they will rest Baron Abbey, the senior guard. High post entry, rip, drive, score. Saginaw drew it up well.
That's one of the best places to get the ball in the zone is to the high post. You cause so much, you attract so much attention. You have guys who become, hey, should I step all the way over? Should I not? Should I stay with my man on the wing or the corner? So you see him catch it there and just really go put his head down and attack. Good job.
Robert Brown Jr. with the bucket for Saginaw. Down 2. 3 for the lead, no. Doughboys on the run with 3:30 left, up by 2 points. Corner 3, Hicks, no. It was a pass after all. And Robert Bradley finishes the assignment.
Yep, almost like they're playing 21 on that one.
That's it. Bradley from Hicks. Attack and a late whistle, and Twig doesn't like it. I don't blame him. Another look coming.
Yeah, and because the game has been so physical thus far, they haven't always called that, but right there, see the bump. And what's important from a player perspective is you got to get your arms up like you were going to shoot the ball.
Right.
Sometimes you don't get that call if you didn't look like you had any intentions. This crew is seasoned. They're not going to just bail you out. But if you look like you're going in there to do something, hey, you might get the benefit of the doubt.
That's right. Putback is no good, but a foul. And that is Elijah Eichelberg.
Elijah actually got the first rebound and put it up. And
Robert Brown, I'm sorry,
was able to clean it up. But sometimes when you have two big guys in there like that, they're in there, they're in there working hard. And Eichelberger, he kept the first one alive, and Brown was able to clean it up.
It's a teamwork thing. There's the lineup. PSL Holiday Classic. Coming up next is Martin Luther King versus East Lansing. Some people have East Lansing number 2 in the state. Some people have them 3, 4, 5. George Ward, who we talked with yesterday, excited for this opportunity to take on East Lansing.
Listen, that's going to be a game.
Yeah, it is.
East Lansing is loaded.
Yeah.
They are loaded. King is king.
King's king. They still got George Ward. They still play that kind of defense. And he's not going to get outfoxed.
Absolutely. And it's just going to be a good game. Two teams competing, two teams with pride and talent.
Yep. It'll be a fun one. Out of bounds. There was a push before, and they're going to get, I'm not sure who they got, but I think it was Eichelberg with a foul. It was. Little trap for Saginaw to speed up the Doughboys, and they did.
Yep, it worked. As soon as that ball went to the middle, everybody converged on it. Excuse me, to the wing, everybody converged on it, and the pass was just an errant pass towards the middle, and it worked.
6th turnover of the night. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. 2:17 left. 4-point lead for the Doughboys from 7 Mile and Ryan. Upstairs. You can find them. We're coming back to Cass Tech after this. This is the Holiday Classic. We're the Prep. Thanks so much for watching.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to Fix My Feet today, and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing.
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Final couple minutes left in this one. Important couple minutes. Reg, what would you like to see the Doughboys get done here in the last couple?
Well, you would like to see them continue to capitalize off the zone, but they have the offensive rebound. The zone is actually making them shoot threes that had not been going in before that. But good play by Saginaw, but you got to secure those rebounds so you can continue running.
An unlikely source, Robert Pearson, in an unlikely spot, sticks a 3. As Reg mentioned, not a thing they've done well today. 1 of 8 from downtown. That was their first make. Keeping it alive are the Doughboys, but had it stripped and ripped. 1-point game. Saginaw looking to regain the lead. They can here. And they do. Sticking with it. That's Dion Anderson Jr. for 2.
Good job of Anderson Jr. following his shot. Contact came, got it off the glass. He knew where it was going, and he stayed with it, laid it in.
Timeout, officials timeout. It will remain with Pershing. There's some perspiration on the floor, I think.
The volleyball, the hole that you always see in the middle of the paint.
Plug.
Yeah, where you put the volleyball pole.
Oh, those dang volleyballers are always causing chaos. We actually had a blast broadcasting the volleyball PSL title from from Mumford High School this past year.
Man, volleyball is such a exciting sport.
It is. Did you ever play volleyball? I could imagine you could dominate in that sport if you wanted.
I didn't, but maybe I should have.
You should have. Missed your calling.
Pretty good. I'm over the net anyway, so I should have.
Well, you were pretty good at basketball yourself. Reggie, the former professional basketball player. Reg has played in how many different countries?
10.
10 different countries. How about it?
Yep, a blessed journey. Be able to go all over the world and do it.
Still waiting for you to write a book.
I have.
Have you?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm still waiting for the link to the – I'll buy it now. I'll buy it. I didn't know.
Yeah.
All right.
2.0 to pro.
All right. I dig it. I'm on it.
My GPA and my points per game.
Okay. Okay. All right. Not bad. You got me beat. I love it. Final 15 seconds, Saginaw +1, and they just traveled again. Turnovers have been a problem for the Trojans.
Yeah, got to get that footwork together. He walked into it. Basically, him walking into it, you'll see there the catch. You walk into a shot like that. You can't just walk into that, then still put it down. I mean, it's the proper footwork for a shot, and so, let it fly.
Footwork is important in this game. 8 seconds left on the run. It's Callaway down the avenue. No. Offensive rebound, stick back, and a foul. That was Payne that got the miss. And the whack from behind will give Pershing a chance to tie and or take the lead right here.
Both teams have given up a lot of offensive rebounds. You see the good, strong drive there. And because the first driver, everybody's just swarming them. And so in swarming them, if he gets the ball up and it doesn't get blocked, well, after swarming them, who's going to turn around and actually get the ball?
Right.
Because everybody's jumping to block the shot. So you have to make sure that it only needs 1 or 2 people at the most to go and contest the shot. The entire team doesn't need to go. Somebody has to just kind of be aware that it's going to come off the rim.
Sure. Pershing line left. This is Mr. Payne, and he misses the free throw. 0 of 2. Pershing's only been there a couple times. Saginaw 1 of 5 from the free throw line. Nobody's shooting a super efficient high percentage in this game. 3 seconds left. 2-1 at the buzzer and out of bounds. And that is how the half will end, fittingly enough. Tied at 18. Reg, your thoughts on the first 16 minutes?
A game that was dictated by defense. Both teams really sat down, guarded, attacked the ball, attacked drives, and that's why you have a low score.
All right, doesn't have to be beautiful from an offensive standpoint. Sometimes defensive games can paint a Picasso as well. Halfway through in Detroit, the Holiday Classic. Game number 4, it's Pershing, tied up at 18 with their friends from Saginaw, the Trojans. Back with highlights and much more right after this.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G Brand, we understand this journey well. we take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. We all know that our wives and daughters deserve special attention, but that's especially true when it comes to their knees. Do you know that females are at a 2 to 5 times risk compared to their male counterparts when it comes to blowing out their knees? It doesn't seem fair, but it's true. The reasons include the way females are made and the way they fire their muscles. But fortunately, there are injury prevention programs out there that can greatly decrease this risk of injury. And if you do know a female who blows out her ACL, don't despair. We have neat, innovative, minimally invasive ways to fix their knees and get them back onto the field. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
And we're here at halftime with the score tied up at 18-18. The Saginaw Trojans and the Pershing Doughboys. It's been an exciting game thus far, a defensive game. Both teams have really been locking in, playing zone, deflecting passes and blocking shots, and so it's kept the score down low, but we expect both teams to be able to break the lid off the rim for the second half. And coming out, it will be the Trojans ball first.
Welcome back to Cass Tech High School and the Holiday Classic. Chad Bush, Reggie Butler with you. Reg, second half in a tie game, resetting, restarting. What's important for Pershing in this 2-3 zone that they've remained in?
Secure the rebound. Like that, be able to get your possessions because the zone is working. You've held a team to 18 points.
Yeah.
So regardless whether that you have 18 as well, you've held them to 18 points. You secure a few more rebounds, you'll be able to run.
No second chance opportunities there. Shot short, saved. Great hustle by Bradley, and a tie up, and that will stay on this side. Some numbers to pass along in scoring in the first half. 5 points for Tayshawn Hicks, 5 points for Payne, and then on the other side for Saginaw, 6 points leading the way, TJ Stevenson. Cut, shot, foul, and a fine give and go. Chance to go to the line for Terrence Hicks.
Yeah, great job by Hicks of cutting, passing, and moving without the ball.
Good look from Micah Callaway here.
The old give and go. It always works. It's worked for over 100 years in basketball, and it continues to, because human nature is going to have the passer, his guy, 90% of the time is going to turn his head towards the ball. Just go, cut back door, and hopefully you and your teammate are on the same accord like they were, and he gives it right back to you.
It's worked for 100 years, and it will continue to work.
It will, long as humans play this game.
AI basketball. Right elbow around the zone. The big boy kicks it out. Three ball, got it. That's TJ Stevenson with a three. He's got 9. He's the leading scorer in this game.
And I want to give credit to Stevenson for knocking down the shot, but big boy catching the ball in the middle drew 4 people. Kicking it back out, it started to move the ball around from there. So that's why you throw it into them, because they attract so many people.
Might have got a block there. That's Willie Humphrey at 6'11". 6'11" without the hair. I mean, he's got to be 7'2" with hair.
Yeah.
There's a foul on that baseline. Here's another look that you see there. Raymond Kelser draws the foul. Raymond Kelser calls the foul. Extra credit for grabbing a little net. Martin Luther King against East Lansing coming up next. Then Reg and I will have Cass Tech and Chelsea to cap everything off. And the nightcapper. We might get out of here past your bedtime, partner.
That's all right. I hope the audience doesn't mind a yawn or two.
Oh, we've got Jimmy John's coming. We've got coffee coming, I heard. A latte or two. Oh, yeah. You're going to have to run to one of the casinos for it, but it doesn't matter. Schwartz will do anything. Hicks in the corner has to kick it out. The Saginaw pressure on defense continues. Jump shot rolls out.
Pretty good play. Was able to get a nice shot up there along the baseline, just didn't knock it down.
Yeah, nice little setup.
It wasn't. You could tell that was drawn up, and they want to maybe now in the second half. We talked about how in the first half, plays weren't really for the first half because of the zone, and you just want to run your zone offense. But now, hey, let's open it up, see what's there. And that got him a good shot, just didn't fall.
Stevenson's been dangerous tonight. High post pass is ripped, thrown ahead, and fouled is Terrence Hicks, running loose. Foul's going to go on number 4, Deion Anderson Jr.
Good pass ahead. That's one of the old Johnny Ghostin things. If somebody is open ahead of you, pass them the ball. Don't dribble the ball up if it's a guy ahead of you. You pass it up.
Those dribbles will get you in trouble, won't they?
Oh, absolutely. There's I remember reading a book when I was in high school that first started playing. It was about the old Baltimore Dunbar team with Muggsy Bogues, Reggie Williams, David Wingate, all those guys. And the coach put in there, he would make them do jumping jacks with bricks or push-ups on their fingertips if they dribbled the ball and it was somebody ahead of them.
Is that right?
Yeah. And all 4 of those guys went to the NBA, so it worked.
They weren't lying. Pearson with a 3. And then Payne rips and gets fouled attacking. Back and forth we go. Saginaw by 4 right now. Another look at the corner 3.
Good ball movement. You stick a guy in the corner, he's likely going to be open a lot because guys don't want to stay out there and guard somebody in the corner. They want to dive into the paint, help into the paint, go up top, hit the elbow, just help kind of at other places on the court. Who wants to be stuck there defending somebody in the corner? So if that corner guy, offensive man, can have patience to stay there, the ball will find your way.
Shooters find the corner. Good place to hide. Could be a lonely place for some. Another 3 attempt from the dead spot this time, and that's out of bounds and back to the Doughboys, down 3. Back and forth we go. Fun matchup today.
It is. I love these break tournaments. The PSL did a wonderful job with this. You have teams, because you get to play a team not from your area, get to see another style basketball. These kids will remember this for the rest of their lives. Hey, you remember we played those guys from Saginaw? The Saginaw guys will say, hey, you remember when we came down to Detroit and played? And so, I mean, it's just a great thing to be able to get these teams from other areas.
Yeah, and they'll never play another Saginaw team again.
Well, yeah, you're right, with the school merging. That's right.
Some players are starting to head to the locker room and get ready for their game. It's the Martin Luther King Club, led by George Ward Jr. Doing all kinds of great things on his podcast these days. I said, Coach, when are you going to get us on the podcast?
Yeah, they are. He and Raphael Peterson, who was a great player as well.
Oh, yeah. Great Cooley Cardinal, or Cooley.
Yeah, the Cooley Cardinals.
Cooley Cardinals, okay.
Cooley Cardinals, under Coach Ben Kelso in that flex offense.
Wow, how about it? That flex offense.
Yeah.
Fife used to run that, too, up in Clarkston.
Yeah, he did. And
not to the level that Coach Kelso did.
Coach Kelso, because Coach Kelso wasn't going to stop, until they got a shot off of it. Other teams just kind of ran it as a shell, per se. But Coach Kelso wanted his shots coming off of it. And, I mean, just it will wear your patience down.
Man.
Just guarding those guys cutting, guarding those guys who are coming off those screens. Eventually, it's going to find somebody who's open.
Do you think offenses or even defenses will ever come back in style like clothing? I mean, do you think the flex would ever come back and make a presence?
Certain. Well, Bruce Pearl, he has variations of flex.
Does he?
Yeah, he has variations depending on his roster. But those Tennessee teams, and he's done a little bit at Auburn. You see variations of it, but everything comes back around sooner or later.
Barron Abbey with a lay-in after the throw ahead. Johnny Ghostin would love. 6-point advantage, the largest lead of the night, and Twig wants timeout in Detroit. We'll take it with him. 3:53 to go. Saginaw starting to make a move. Doughboys not done yet. Back after this.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to fix my feet today, and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing.
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
The great rich history at 7 Mile and Ryan. The Doughboys 4-2. Division II state champs. 5 of them. Last in 2009, of course, Steve Smith, one of their notable alums. Fine broadcaster as well, former Michigan State Spartan. 942 career NBA games with 6 different teams for the former 5th overall pick of the 1991 draft.
He was so many guys' favorite players. Willie Mitchell, Carlos Williams, Todd Bergen, all of those guys who came through Pershing. I mean, Steve Smith is the prototype. He was closer to Magic Johnson to us.
Yeah.
Even though, we were at an age where we could watch Magic growing up. Steve Smith was younger and, a little more close to home. Big point guard. I mean, even as a center, I used to try to do Steve Smith's hesitation there on the baseline at the half turn. And, I mean, just a legend. And Pershing has produced so many great players.
Yes, sir. They sure have. Great tradition. Trying to get back in this one. Well within reach. Corner kick, 3. Brown with another one.
Good job by the Trojans of moving the ball around, finding. We talked about that corner. If you stay there and be patient, the ball will find you.
5 points for Brown. Stevenson gets the steal, touchdown lead for the Trojans, looking to make it double digits. Not there. Dirty on that deck is Isaiah Minor. And there's nothing minor about that effort. Major effort.
No, both teams playing really scrappy. There you see the movement. Find your way to the corner, and the ball will find you.
Good shot from that baseline. Is that Armani Rose again? Boy, he's had some zingers today. Alex Westfall even got on camera earlier, fighting through some seasonal things. Good to see the captain back at it. How about that play, Reg?
Yeah, he keeps finding that baseline. When you have somebody closing out the way people are closing out, Lee Jr., he has a great knack of going left, and really he's such a high flyer, you can't do anything about it once he's in the air.
Boy, did he wake up this crowd early, 10 seconds in.
Yeah, that was phenomenal. And it was almost the same play from the other side. This time he went 2 hands for safety, we call it. But you see there, he attacked the closeout. He actually got grabbed, even in the midst of that. Shows you how strong he is, that he's able to go in there and still finish.
Explosive. Some teamwork, perspiration, cleanup on that. Green paint. Free throw line right. Shot coming up for Micah Callaway, the junior at 6'3", 210.
Good touch by Callaway, able to knock that free throw down. One thing I noticed, just talking to a few high school kids, free throws.
Oh.
A few of them, it put it into perspective, and I don't want to be the old man in the room.
Get off my lawn.
Right, but it made sense. Some of the kids said, hey, we don't have time to work on it. And first thing I said was, oh, you got to make time. You do everything else. But no, they said, no, really, I mean, it's just not how it was. Sometimes we can't get into the gym.
Yeah.
And so you have practice time. So coach has to incorporate free throws during practice. And, I mean, how many might you get up? 10?
Right.
So you should be staying after practice. But some schools where if you have the only gym and you're a winner, you're splitting the gym between boys and girls. So you don't have time to shoot. And in this day of training, how many kids are working on free throws in their training session?
Well, I know in your training sessions you're reiterating free throws.
Well, yeah, but
you're not going to spend time with a kid. His parents aren't paying for you to teach him to shoot free throws. I get what you're laying down.
Yeah, so I got you. I've really never had that perspective.
Interesting.
I mean, it's you got to find the time. Get there, try to get there early if you can. But again, for those schools where it's only one gym, it's what are they going to do?
Yep, fair point. Fair point.
You got to work on it in the summer. And the off season, you weekend.
Yeah.
You got to find time.
Sure. We do have a stop and play. Meanwhile, 8-point lead for the visitors from Saginaw. The Hicks twins have combined for 13 of the 27 points in this game.
Yeah, they've really played well. Some of the give and go plays, moving without the ball, they're really smart players.
They've been helped out a bit by 6 points from Mr. Payne and 4 from Bradley. 3-ball left side, and the banker is good. Living right is Robert Pearson for 3.
Did he call it? Really doesn't matter. He's like, I don't care.
The second of the game. He has 9 points. Kick ahead 3. The answer no. Offensive rebound. And how about the pesky Karan Payton, the 10th grader at 5'11". Good student, 3.7 GPA. He knows where that ball is going to end up. This is pure hustle, Rich.
Yeah, absolutely, because Saginaw actually has the taller players in the game at the moment. But good job of sneaking in, being able. We talked about some certain big guys who don't jump. You know, as we were giving Humphrey credit, you have just some taller players who just reach up to get it in. Hey, doesn't matter how small you are, but if, like Peyton did for Pershing,
yeah,
if he comes in and jumps, then he is going to get it.
That's it. Don't forget, coming up next, Martin Luther King in East Lansing, 6 o'clock start. And the nightcapper, Reg and I will have Cass Tech, the home team, the defending state champions under Steve Hall, taking on Chelsea. A stop here. They've got it down to 9. Pershing needs to make a move, you'd think here, Reg, with 90 seconds left in the third.
Yeah, they got to be able to get out, get going, and get some points on the board. 30 points at the end of the third is, you know, they wouldn't have planned on that.
Boy, where would they be without Callaway? How about Micah Callaway? A blue-collar kind of afternoon for this kid.
Yeah, he's come to play.
For the Trojans, who now lead by 10. They've led by as many as 11 in the contest.
Good job there with the kick and the corner 3. The corner 3 is actually the shortest 3.
Is that right?
Yep, 19-9.
Okay. How many corner 3s have you attempted in your career at the professional level?
2.
Wow, that's good discipline.
Made 1.
Respect.
Well, I was never in it's different to have your bigger guy in the corner.
Yeah.
It's like, what value is that?
Right.
You can't screen for anybody.
Yeah.
Now, if you have a tall shooter, Steve Novak, Dirk Nowitzki, or some kind of tall shooter, okay, Porzingis, put him in the corner because he can shoot over anybody. But it doesn't make sense to have your biggest player continuously in the corner because what else could he be doing?
Yeah.
So you lose so much other things for him. He can't go in there and get a rebound. And so it just didn't make sense to spend much time in the corner.
Nobody puts a big in the corner or baby. Sorry.
Basically.
Poor reference. Down low, time winding out, and a layup and a near three-point play for Mr. Lee, who's been all over that baseline. They're going to name that Lee Lane.
Right. He finds those open spots in there. Good turn and way to go up.
The foul is on Micah Callaway, and that's a problem because that's his 4th, and we have yet to enter the 4th quarter. And he's been their best guy down low in the paint.
Yeah, he has. He's been a workhorse down there.
6 points, 5 rebounds, and now 4 fouls for the junior Micah Callaway for Pershing. Free throws are good. That's Francisco Lee Jr. 1 second left. The heave at the horn, and it's off the mark from Bradley. So, matching their largest lead as they enter the 4th, Saginaw trying to get right in Detroit on a Wednesday night. Thanks for watching We're the Prep. Don't go anywhere. This is the Holiday Classic from the PSL. We're the Prep.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Yes, the Trojans Division II champions, last in 2012. Of course, you recall Draymond Green, 2008 grad, and look at all his accolades, Reg.
I mean, what a career. Just nobody expected that from a chubby kid walking up and down the Saginaw High School hallways. But, you know, when you saw him play, you saw his ability. I mean, his charisma, even at his size. I mean, he wasn't a good shooter, but in the state championship game against Detroit Red, he's knocking down threes. I mean, he's a gamer.
Yeah.
And his energy, charisma, it really willed those guys to victory.
It was fun to watch. Meanwhile, Saginaw trying to stretch this lead out in the final quarter. Corner three short. That's the stop the Doughboys needed. 3-on-2 break. And the foul called.
Good job pushing the ball, and then also using his inside hand. It kind of caught the defender off guard, and he was able to draw the foul. So you see him speeding up the lane, stuck that inside hand up, and it actually worked.
So with the clock stopped, Pershing will try to get inside a double digits. That's the deficit now. Free throw up and good.
Some cool shoes.
Oh, yeah.
And the money ball socks.
Oh, I dig those. How about it? Bejeweled?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
I wonder what those would look like in my size.
Size 18? I think that's out of budget. Is it 18?
17. Yeah,
17.
16 through 18.
Okay.
16 when I'm trying to be cute. 17 when I'm okay. At 18, if like I like these, I really like them, but they don't have my size, I'll just still wear them.
I'll take them. I'll wear some extra socks. Right wing three, Splash City. Robert Pearson putting on a show in Detroit. Pearson 5 of 6 from downtown in this game. Give him 15 points, all from the long line.
Yep, we talked about the lid would come off that basket sooner or later.
Run out layup good. That's Lee Jr. And that's enough for Coach Hill to call timeout in Detroit. Saginaw's starting to run away, up a couple touchdowns in downtown. We're back after this to Detroit.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
In today's ever-changing real estate and mortgage lending world, the importance of a true professional has never been higher. At Success Mortgage Partners, our mission is for every borrower to receive level 10 service, and our goal is to get you the lowest rate possible. We want you to have an experience of a lifetime. Call Todd Barr, 734-674-6154, and put 20 years of local knowledge to use for you and your family. Meanwhile, a triple, which helps the cause, Pershing from downtown, something we haven't said a lot today.
Yep, and good job of Hickson making that three, knocking it down. It gives you a lot of momentum.
Just 2 of 12 from 3 is Pershing, but they do get a triple on that last trip to cut it to 11. And how about that attack? And the bounce pass was sweet.
Yeah, it was. It was right on time and able to catch the defender off guard where all he could do was turn around and foul him.
Fouls starting to mount up on Pershing.
And you heard Hicks telling his teammate, hey, that's 4 fouls, no more fouls. Showing leadership.
Yep. Callaway out there playing with 4 fouls. Saginaw with a steal. Looking to extend this lead, Reg. Pershing, you feel kind of on the ropes right now.
Yeah, so that 3 did help them, and they're only down 11, but they're going to have to be able to convert some of these.
Turnover here, they give it right back. And forced to foul the stripping, ripping, and attacking Trojan team.
Yeah, and that has to be frustrating if you're Pershing. You got to stop. You got to stop and then just turn around and throw it away. So you'll see there he knifes in, and hey, when you try to slap down at that ball, you're typically going to get some hand.
Yeah. Foul goes on Bradley. Free throw up and good. It's a team in Saginaw that averages 62 points a game. They've given up 59 points a game on average. As you can imagine, they played in some tight contests this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jump shot short. They'll have their challenges this year. In the Saginaw Valley League, of course, they'll have to compete against Arthur Hill, who we saw last game, Grand Blanc, who's always a headache, and then Davison and Carmen Ainsworth and Mount Pleasant and others.
Yeah, and Davison has the phenomenal guard, and all of the schools you name, they have great players, great tradition.
They really do. Attack and the roll-off. Missed shot by Tayshawn Hicks. They've made things tough on Hicks tonight in this ball game. That would go on Payne, the sophomore. 3 team fouls. Time running out for the Doughboys. Layup good. That's TJ Stevenson with the bucket.
Good job by Stevenson. A change of pace. He walked into the jump shot, was able to turn the Jets on to get the layup.
He's got that extra gear to him, doesn't he? Throw ahead, layup, good alley-oop to Mr. Francisco Lee. Starting to pull away.
He's an athlete. When he gets on the left side of that court and jumps off that right leg, he's a high flyer.
Sure is. Callaway with a lay-in. Excuse me, that's Payne with a lay-in. On a fine dish. 3 ball and a 3-on-1. Why not? That's another one for Robert Pearson. Get out of here.
Yeah.
6 of 8 from downtown. He has 18 points, Reg.
And he can shoot it. He has good form. He walked into it, and I don't know if any of them have hit the rim.
That kind of night. That's a 3-ball quick answer. Pershing gets one right back. It's Terrence Hicks.
So if you're Pershing here, you got to speed up this pace. You got to be able to get them to speed up and maybe turn the ball over, take some illegitimate shots, and you can get the rebounds and run out.
That wall up forces a miss. Pershing somehow comes away with it. Down 17, their biggest hole of the night. Hicks to the high post. Callaway up and under. Draws the foul with a keen play.
Callaway's a really smart player. He knew that going downhill like that, his defender was probably going to jump to try to block the shot, especially considering I think it was Lee who was the high flyer. So the good job pump faking and being able to get to the free throw line.
Clock stopped. 3:33 to go. Pershing looking to score with the clock stopped. Saginaw's got some depth to them, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do, and they have the sophomore coming in, Eichelberger. His older brother played at DePaul and Cleveland State.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, DePaul and Cleveland State from the Saginaw area. And he was a really Alvion. I'm butchering his name. Oh my goodness! But his older brother Al, was a player too, and I mean a really good player, a big fella, very physical, and had a good years at Cleveland State.
Sure, I do recall him. Corner 3 finally misses the heat checker for Pearson's an air biscuit. Rejection, Eichelberger. And saved by Lee. 3-on-2 the other way. Eichelberger and the foul.
There he is, showing his strength. He's a young guy. He was coming off some injuries last year, but they just expect him to get better and better.
Just a sophomore, staying through it.
Yeah, you see guys just bouncing off of him. He has natural strength. When he continues to develop, he'll be good.
So missed free throw. 3 minutes left. 12-point game, not over yet. Pershing, though, needs to make a run. Any chance, how would they get back in this game? The three-point shot hasn't been there all night, Reg. What do you do when you're not feeling it from three? Just 21%. Is now the time to keep shooting it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, because you don't have time for anything else. Now, if they're running at you in transition, yeah, you can go by them and get to the basket, but you have to take them. You can't worry about the last shot right now because the next one might go in. We've seen stranger things. You, as a player, you can't worry about shots you've missed earlier in the day.
Bad memory can sometimes be helpful in basketball.
Oh, absolutely.
The officials are talking about 2 points were taken off the board, appropriately enough, I believe. Pat the Stat having problems down there, not sure.
And here you have Saginaw. They're still playing hard defense, so it's not like Pershing could just get easy shots and easy, quick shots up.
Unselfish pass to the opposite post from Minor. Callaway couldn't finish it, and a travel before the finish from Eichelberger.
Yep. Big fella has to go up, get himself ready. That pass is coming. Get your feet ready, catch the ball. So great pass there. Yep, he moved that left leg. Just get your feet ready and be able to go up.
Third foul of this quarter. Julian Taylor, the head coach, not happy with it. Coach Taylor in his 13th year. 5 years as an assistant prior to that. Saginaw is his alma mater.
Yeah, he's a lifer.
Played at Saginaw Valley. Don't forget, we'll have our G of the game after this one. There's some leaders in the clubhouse.
There it is. Things are continuing to heat up with Hicks hitting another three.
Don't go anywhere. Not over yet. Lee says that'll put a lid on it. Another dunk for Mr. Lee.
Yeah, he's an athlete.
Right wing, nice little set shot. That's Payne for 2.
Good job by Payne being able to calm himself and knock that shot down.
Eichelberg in the paint, got his miss, and gets the reward. Line left, he'll go to shoot 2.
Whoa, big fella showed some of the handles there. Caught it and mixed somebody, getting to the basket. And the most impressive part of that play to me was he jumped and got his rebound. So you see there's the mix. Okay, put up the floater, it's not there, follow.
Good hands.
Yeah, really good hands. I call them paws.
Yeah.
On these big guys. Big guys who have good paws, P-A-W-S.
Right.
Are valuable.
I like it. I mean, that crossover was pretty impressive too. Kind of unassuming with his bounce.
Yeah.
90 seconds left. Pershing with a lot of catching up to do, down 11. Some positive signs from Pershing. They're going to be okay down the line in the PSL Gold.
Yeah, absolutely. The Hicks brothers and Callaway, they play hard. So when it comes down to it, they'll be in a lot of games.
Hard to win in that building. 7 Mile and Ryan.
Oh, absolutely.
Wave it off. Raymond Kelser said so. No basket.
Good job of taking that charge.
Under a minute. Doughboys running out of time. Corner three, out of bounds. Saginaw gets it back with 46 seconds left. Don't forget, Reggie and I will have coverage of the game that follows this one. Martin Luther King will take on East Lansing. Top 5 team East Lansing. Not a team you typically see come down and play, and fun to see, as you mentioned, all these teams coming into play from out of town, different regions, different leagues.
Absolutely. It's great because you won't play them any other time, and usually teams in different areas play different styles. So it's great for these teams to get a chance. I mean, it doesn't count. It's a regular season game.
Yeah.
So now, pride-wise, it counts.
Right.
But everybody makes the state tournament. So I remember the Lansing team coached by Desmond Ferguson a few years ago in about the 2010, maybe 11.
Mm-hmm.
They were 10-10.
Wow.
Yeah, and he coached them to the Final Four at the Breslin Center. See, the regular season, so you play these games to get the experience, to gel your team, and you try to go on a 6-game run in the tournament.
Getting ready, improving, and taking the most of this PSL Holiday Classic. Saginaw comes in and wins against the Doughboys of Pershing. Our G of the game is next. Don't go anywhere. Reggie and I are back with the highlights and our G of the game right after this.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
Welcome back to Detroit. PSL Holiday Classic. Saginaw wins it 60-49 over Detroit Pershing. Our player of the game, a man who was unstoppable from downtown, Robert Pearson. Our G of the game, 18 points, 6 of 9 from three-point range. Was this just one of those nights, Robert, where you were feeling comfortable? When did you know that this was going to be your night?
Well, one of the points I knew is Coach always told me come in the game because we're down a couple players right now. So he said always be ready for your name to be called. And I was ready for my name to be called, and I was very confident going out there. And once I made that first one, it was over with. I was just being very confident out there.
What did you think about Pershing in this game coming into it and having the opportunity to come down to Detroit, play a ball game, and show out in front of a different kind of crowd than what you're used to in Saginaw?
Well, honestly, this Detroit team, we watched a lot of film on. We knew they were going to be a very tough team, so we knew coaches always prepared us to come out here and play physical and be aggressive and be just dogs out here and come out here and play very confident. And we knew they was a tough team. You know, number 10, he had hit a lot of nice shots and stuff like that. So we just came out here and we was very confident and we came out with the dub.
A loud start to this game as your teammate Francisco Lee went up with a dunk that kind of started things.
Set the tone.
It did set the tone. Did you feel that vibe once that happened?
Yes, because I was on the bench, actually. I was out my seat, man. I was up jumping around. He set that tone, and we got back on defense, and we just been going very energetic since then.
This is the final year for Saginaw High School.
Yes.
And Saginaw Arthur Hill, you all will join next year. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's pretty good, because a lot of people that they're actually friends and stuff, so everybody be able to play together, and there's a lot of chemistry with these guys and stuff like that. And it's a lot of young guys. You know, most of the guys on the teams this year are seniors anyway and things of that like that. So it'd be new to see, what the younger cats got coming into, higher grade. So that would be good to watch.
Congratulations on an outstanding showing here in Detroit. Best of luck in the Saginaw Valley League.
Thank you.
Way to do it, young man. Congratulations.
Thank you. You have a good one. Thank
you. You bet. There he is. That's Robert Pearson doing a great job today in Detroit at Castech at the Holiday Classic from distance, 6 of 9. And a little help from his friend Francisco Lee and others to make it a special Saginaw showing against the Doughboys. We've got more action coming up. Martin Luther King and East Lansing. Reggie Butler and I will have all of the details and the start of that broadcast coming up in about 10 minutes. Thanks for watching. For my partner, Reggie Butler, my name's Chad Bush. Your executive producer, Alex Westfall. One more time, your final score. Saginaw wins it 60-49 over Pershing. Thanks for watching. We're the Prep. More after this.